everyone, today I'm going to be talking about the basic hair colouring method in foiling or highlighting your hair. I have decided not to go too much into depth with different colours and mixing ratios and things like that, otherwise I would have to do a 5-hour video. So I will try to make one in the future and just break it up in different little areas of permanent colour, semi-permanent colour, bleaching, high lifts and all that sort of stuff. So today I'm just going to be talking about the different techniques of how you can foil your hair and different ways on how to place your foil on your head. I will be showing everything to you on my little doll here, but I will also be showing you without applying the actual colour, but just the technique on how you can do it on yourself, on myself. But as I said, I won't apply any colour on my hair because I don't want to go lighter, so hope that makes sense. Okay, so what I'm going to show you today are just a few different techniques. And I'm going to start with the basics, and it doesn't matter where I'm going to show this on the head right now. I just want to show you the different techniques of how you can foil your hair. But first I'm going to tell you guys what you will need to do a colouring service on your own at home with foils. Obviously what you need is some foil. Now you can buy these either in a big roll like normal household foil, or you can buy these already pre-cut foils, which is quite disgusting right now, but usually it looks a bit better. So it's about, I don't know how wide it is, but it kind of covers the half of your head on one side. So this is the width that you want, and then depending on how long your hair is, obviously you're going to alter your foil. Now keep in mind, if you do want to fold your foil, you need longer foils. If you don't want to fold your foil and just apply another foil on top of that foil, you don't need them quite as long. But because this hair is really, really long, I need the longest foils that I've got. You will also need, very important, a mixing bowl. You also need an applicator brush, very important to have a good one, otherwise it doesn't work as well. Have a few clips, have a tail comb that you can foil with and weave your hair out with. And then also, of course, you need your developer and your bleach powder. So I'm just going to show you what consistency we are after. First of all, I'm going to place the powder in my bowl, and then I just add a little bit of that developer, and I'm going to start to mix that. Some powders you think have a fantastic consistency in the first couple of seconds, but then after a minute or two it really thickens up, so you don't want to start colouring your hair straight away. You might need to wait a little bit and see how much this colour actually thickens up on its own. See, this is a consistency we're after. So it's not too runny and not completely thick, but as I said, it will thicken up a bit, so I'm just going to add a little bit more of that developer. Now I'm going to show you the basic foiling techniques on our little Angelina here. And what you need to do is use your tail comb, and I'm just going to kind of move my way up on one side. I won't actually touch the other side. Now this is real hair. That means I can bleach, I can lighten this hair. If you have color in your hair, you need to bleach your hair in order to go lighter. If you have virgin hair, that means it's not color treated at all. You can use a normal permanent color as well to lighten your hair. But if you have color in your hair, it doesn't matter if it's semi or permanent color, any sort of colors. Even if it's a long time ago, you still have it probably in your mid-lengths and ends. Normal colour will not lift already coloured hair. Tint on tint goes darker. Okay, so first of all I'm going to show you the slices or splices, how you can call them as well. And I'm just going to zoom you in a little bit so it's easier to see. Okay, so we've got our splices or slices to start off with. Make sure that if you do want highlights in your hair, but you don't want your highlights necessarily to be visible on top of the head, and you just want to hide them underneath, that you never go quite to the hairline. Always leave a little bit of that hairline. So you're going to do a slice now. This is a slice. Make sure that you do not take this too thick. This would be way too thick, you will be wasting product, you probably have bleeding, which means the color will pop out of the foil and will leave an ugly mark on your head. So you need to have your slices thin. You can put slice over slice over slice to create a really fat foil or really big highlight, but you can't do this just in one step. And what I like to do with my foil is I take the end put my comb underneath, and then I flick that end around my comb. So you've got a little bit left there, and you can work with that comb. Now I have my comb in my hand, and I'm going to lift up the hair, place the foil right underneath, slide out the comb, and hold it very tightly. Now I'm able to apply the colour. When you apply your bleach, or any colour that you have, make sure that you do not go over the foil. Always leave a little bit room there, in case your foil slides. And then make sure that you cover every single strand very evenly. There's nothing left out. If you have really long hair and you can't get the rest in the foil, just take the hair and place it onto the rest. Now you need more colour, obviously. Now in case this foil slides down, which we don't want, we need to lift up the foil, place this comb underneath, and just pull it up a bit more. So you actually have no colour popping out of the foil. Now what I like to do, depending on if you want to do another slice, you would just put another foil on top and then work with your next foil. But if you have them separate, I always fold it. Make sure it's nice and neat up the top. Fold it like this, and then fold the ends over to make it nice and secure. Just like that. As I said, you can repeat your splices to make really, really thick highlights, or you can just do them separately. The next thing I'm going to show you is a weave. And a weave, we want to have exactly the same thickness. That means we don't want it too thick. So we're just taking the hair, nice and thin, then you're going to hold it with your 2 fingers, just like that. And then you're going to take your comb, and then you can do 1 up, 1 down, 1 up, 1 down, 1 up. Now this here is called a thick weave. You can use those as well to create fatter highlights, but if you do want this very natural look that blends in really well with your own natural hair colour, you do a very, very fine weave, which you're going to weave like this. So you've got all those very, very fine little hairs here, and I hope you can see that, how fine they are. When you get better in time, you will find that you actually don't go up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. You're actually just going to go like this. And then you've got all your fine little hair there. Then again, we're going to put our foil in. I put my comb, wrap it around the comb, place it underneath, lift the hair up, put it down, have this very tight, press it down with my own hand at the bottom, and then I slide it out. Now again, you can apply your colour. Now, what is back-to-back foiling? This means we were not actually going to wrap it around itself and I'm not going to fold it. We're going to take another piece of foil, and we're going to place that foil right on top of the other foil. And now you're going to squish these two together so they don't move. This means now a back-to-back foil is that you do not have any spaces between your foils. That means you take your next part, a very thin section, so you can either have a slice like this, or you can have another weave, mix it up, have fun with it, play around and see whatever you can achieve with different foiling. Now I'm going to do a thick weave now, which means it's got, and now I'm going to get my foil again, place it under. This is a back-to-back foil.